Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in. We're finally getting started with ChatGPT. We've heard all about it. We've been talking about what it is and what it isn't. Well, now let's actually get some experience with it. That being said, all I gotta do is exit this in any browser terminal that you want. Go to, if you want the OpenAI webpage. You could start by going to the OpenAI webpage and reading a little bit about them if you wanted to. I go directly to log in. I'm probably already logged in. And there's going to be a few different options here for you to play with. The ChatGPT that world famous and that we're talking about explicitly here now. That will take you, if we open in a new tab, that takes you to this ChatGPT window. The DALL-E is based around art, and you might have heard about that. It came out last year, and they're continuing to do better stuff with it all of the time. It's pretty cool. I love some of the things that people come up with using these AI-generated tools. And then there's the API, a third way to actually interact with the ChatGPT LLM, large language model. And this has become one of my favorite, honestly. I like to go to the playground, okay? And at inside the playground, you can set up a bunch of cool things like the system. You could specifically say you are a front end web developer or web development assistant. Your name is Reacto because you're so awesome with React JS. And then you could add a little context here where you might say, hey, Reacto, ready to rock? And let's see what comes back. Boom, submit. Hey there, I'm always ready to rock and roll with React JS. How can I assist you? And that was subtle. So let's notice what I did there. Like, notice in the response it said React JS, but as a user, I didn't say anything about React JS. I just called it Reacto. And that came all the way from over here. So we're programmers, all right? We're all about passing data from A to B to C and securely storing it for D. But that's pretty cool that we got it from the system and actually a user prompt and this assistant. And it even better is if you didn't like this. You could shorten this to where it would be something like, okay, maybe this is a little too verbose for you, right? This is a little too verbose. And you want something like, my name is Reacto, ready to return code. Okay. And then you'd say, hey, I don't want to get too far ahead, but return to-do list application. And that's going to spoil. I need to make a list of all the ones that I've used throughout this. But we submit that, and sure, here's an example. And blah, it will immediately tell you all of the code that you need for a to-do list application. And because of the component-based architecture of React, right? Like, this is a whole full component. You can copy and paste it, and it should work if it's imported, and then you can style it however you want. That's pretty cool. And if we wanted to, we could even make this less verbose and just say, take away that sure, like, that's too friendly, you know? Really cool features in the playground. Another awesome thing that happens in this playground is you could go and say, hey, view the code for this. Like, what actually went on behind the scenes. And it gives you the HTTP verb at the API endpoint, what the package you need installed from npm, as well as everything else right here to pass in those same queries and get back a very similar response. You could copy and paste it as well. And Node.js isn't the only one that's available in here. That's pretty cool. They've updated this a lot. Because most people nowadays, whenever they talk about ChatGPT, they're honestly more focused on this window right here, where you have a ChatGPT Plus at the free tier. I have a premium tier where I have ChatGPT 4 because I use this stuff all the time. And here, like, notice we're actually going to have to be a little more verbose just to get the same sort of response. And to do something similar in this window, I would say, hello, something like, please initiate role play for web development focused on React JS. Your name is React O, ready to rock. And it actually gives a greeting there. I don't see that often. That was unique. Reacto greetings, always ready to rock. Okay, cool. And then now let's ask the exact same question. Return a to-do list application. Return a to-do list application. Boom. Certainly. Below is a basic to-do. And look, this is still a little bit more verbose. No, that's probably because we didn't trim the response, but we didn't have the ability to. I like how I gave some decoration. We have handler functions. And this is actually, yeah, notice what they did here. They actually have each individual to-do item with the main to-do app and an index of values. Yeah. So they both, and I mean, export default to do app, while this one chose to just do an export default to do. This one seems a lot simpler and a little more straightforward in the code. This one has been more verbose in both its reply as well as the component, but I have no doubt that these components would both work. The to-do application is something that has been solved. All right, well, that was our getting started with ChatGPT. Please tune in for the next video as we continue to solve some more problems and actually practically use ChatGPT to do some development besides the traditional to-do application. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.